one time, hit the block. It's that nigga off the block over the hood man. Down and make some snap. So what the heck? So I need to scrap. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Lil Y'all from UNLV, YaHeardmeee, aka Mr.YaHeardmeee. Welcome to my podcast, the Be Real 23 podcast. Check it out, y'all. Hit that like and subscribe button ASAP. Tell a friend and tell a friend about my podcast. Tonight, I got a man who's rarely seen. You dig? Legendary DJ. One of the best DJs from New Orleans that stand tall to be held as one of the best DJs nation. You know what I'm saying? DJ MoneyFresh in the building. What's your money?
What's good? What's good, man? How you feeling? How you feeling? How you doing? Welcome. Let's get it.
Oh, man, I'm blessed, man. Highly favored. Welcome to have you. It's an honor to have you, homie. Check it out, though. We're going to jump right off into it.
Right.
First of all, congratulations on all your endeavors. You know what I'm saying? The move from New Orleans to Houston to Dallas to wherever. Congratulations on all that. Let the people know who is DJ MoneyFresh.
That's a big topic. That's a big that's a good question. I got probably like 3 different types of DJ MoneyFreshes. But the DJ MoneyFresh everybody probably know is the DJ MoneyFresh that DJs make remixes and involve my whole life in music. You know what I'm saying? Straight from New Orleans, 7th Ward, went to JFK, John F. Kennedy, and just grew up as a music fanatic, you know what I'm saying, since the 90s up until present day.
All right, for sure. What made you start DJing?
When I was growing up, when I was little, I was always fascinated with music. I wanted to know pretty much how it was done, how it was made, how it was created. I even tried rapping at one time. Found out that wasn't my niche. I was better at writing than being a rapper. But what made me want to be a DJ was I'm more of a technical person. I was like a nerd, you know what I'm saying? For the better word of saying it. I just looked at a lot of things around me and I kind of wanted to just get into it by seeing other people do it. And as I was growing up, I kept on seeing, like, you know, older guys in my neighborhood with DJs. And when the DJ really got out there and really became, you know, the topic of discussion, I was like, man, I think I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So seeing people like MoneyFresh when I was growing up, seeing people like Slick Leo, the Brown Clowns, Cisco C, they got a line of people. But just seeing other people like that before me just made me want to just get into the arena, you know?
Okay, for sure. See, I don't know if you know, but you know, our song Go DJ was dedicated to, you know, people like you, DJs, real DJs, not just the, you know, people that's picking up the craft and really just call themselves DJ, but real DJs, because any rapper with sense know a DJ is an artist's best friend. You know what I'm saying? Without a DJ playing our shit, ain't no rapper, period.
Right.
So I tip my hat off to you and all the real DJs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, what age you knew you was a natural at doing what you do?
I say about 13 or 14. It just came.
That's pretty young. That's pretty young.
Yeah.
I remember
that
I
was
met
pretty.
De Niro when De Niro was actually a DJ. And this nigga said, bro, this little dude was DJing in we had the Lake what it was? Lake Forest Plaza?
Yeah.
At that time on Crowder.
Yeah.
On Reed. And he was actually DJing with the Sprite DJs. And I was amazed to see a little dude that young doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you saying you was also in it at that age, 13, 14.
I didn't have equipment, but I just knew that music was something that I could do. And that's when music started getting on my radar at that time. I didn't pick up no equipment until I got like about probably like in high school. And I joined this, me and a couple of guys from high school. We made like a little rap crew, and they wanted me to be the DJ, and it was called Swab Productions back in the days. And that was my first taste of even getting in front of people, showing people what I have, because I was inside practicing on their equipment. They had one guy who had equipment. His name Desmond Provost. Rest in peace. Rest in peace of Des. But he used to live in Gentilly, and after school, I used to go over there like every day, and just get on the turntables and this. Like I already was seeing the DJs on TV on how the mixer work and how the turntable works. So I already knew how it worked. I just needed artillery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once I got on there, it just felt like I was at home because I was already practicing my head on what to do with my hands, spinning it back, scratching and stuff like that. I was doing this in my head.
Wow.
So if you knew how it go, if you do stuff in your head over and over again, if you actually start doing it, it comes kind of easy, right? So I was doing that, and I was going by. So I was like every day, until it got to the point where I felt like, okay, I could step in front of people and start doing this. And it kind of built up my courage. And then we just started getting into talent shows. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I was young. I'm doing tricks behind my back. I'm spinning it. Back in the day, we were doing I wasn't really fascinated in doing parties. I was fascinated doing tricks because that's all I saw was like Jazzy Jeff, DJ Cash Money, Aladdin. All them dudes used to be, doing trick scratching, doing all kind of behind the backs. And so I was practicing just on that. You know what I'm saying? I was mostly on trick stuff. So I came into the game doing turntable tricks before I even knew how to mix music together. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So when we got into the talent shows, they always used to have this little rap segment with just the rappers in my crew. And then after they did their little rap, they'll focus on me, and I'll start doing my little part. And my little part was Peter Piper, pick, pep, bad. And so, in high school at that time, people never really saw that because we was young. I'm 14. I think I was like 15 or 16 at that time when we got in the talent show, and people was like amazed because the people that be in your homeroom and your first class or even in your 7th period class, man, that's money on stage. We ain't know this nigga know how to do this. Where that come from? So after that, we had won the talent show, right? And when we won the talent show, I came back to school Monday, and everybody looked at me different. They were like, man, you ain't tell us you know how to do that. I said, man, because it wasn't really, I wasn't going around telling the people I'm, back at home with my boy practicing. So once it came out, then it kind of made us feel like, okay, well, we can keep on doing this. So let's go get in the 35 explosion. Right. We were over there, 35, got in there.
35 explosion was big too.
That was big at the time. So next thing you know, we were like, man, let's go by St. Mary's. And then St. Mary's talent show.
Yeah, I was going up
St. Aug had one. Ooh. Got in St. Aug talent show. So we tried to get in as many talent shows that we could because that kind of gave us exposure, right? So once we got exposure and everybody started knowing who we was, they was knowing who the rappers was, but they was specifically knowing who I was because I had the grand finale at the end of the show. So I had to keep on coming with new ideas for each and every show. So they were like, well, damn, money. And Kennedy, you did this. What you gonna do for 35? What you gonna do for St. Aug? What you gonna do for St. Mary's? And I said, I got something for all of them because I kept on practicing every day. So that's pretty much, that was the gist of it, bro,
Damn, that's interesting, bro. See, any college backgrounds?
I
Did you
went to
go to any?
Delgado. I went to
You
Delgado
had
for
any
like,
like a music class up there, and also did you play any instruments in school?
man, I tried, bro. You know, I tried to get in Kennedy band, but once I saw the curriculum, and I just was like, man, I'm not about to be marching down no street.
Right, right.
I mean, once they told me
So
what I had
really,
to
it
do,
wasn't. It like you said, it was more the tricks that interest you than the music, than the playing spent. Right, I got you.
I had to spend so much time practicing because you
Yeah,
know I felt like I wasn't good enough. And at
right.
that age, I'm like I said, I was probably 15 or 16. At that age, I knew if I had to get in the water with the big dogs, I had to practice. And
Mm-hmm.
me being in a band and then, you know, us marching every year, that was gonna take out some of my time. And then
Yeah.
once I saw how the band situation was, they
Mm-hmm.
had to report to school early on certain days and go marching the parades. I'm like, man, I could be over here doing this. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that kind of took
Right.
me away from. I wanted to be in the band. Don't get me wrong, because I played drums when I was not in the band, but I played drums at my house. My mama bought me a drum set. I used to kill the drums. So
Okay.
that's how I
Okay.
got my rhythm
The
pretty
rhythm.
much down
Right.
pat. So everything
Right.
is kind of music formulated because I always had equipment as far as
Tempo.
like,
You know about rhythm and tempo.
yeah, I kind of knew how to do tempo. I kind of knew how to have a rhythm with my hands. So that kind of
Got you.
brought me to the turntable to know how to have a rhythm with the scratch on top of music.
Right.
So it all plays into the same thing, you know.
Bro. Damn. That's what's up. Hey, were you ever with a DJ coalition, or are you with one now, or you just solo dolo?
Uh I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been approached by a lot of DJ coalitions and which one that I was formulated with was one called what it was Definition DJs.
Or definition days, yeah.
And now
Heard of it.
I wasn't officially a Definition DJ because what it was my homeboy. He had it, DJ Chicken, and
Shots out the chicken.
yeah, DJ Chicken. He was like one of the guys that was in it that kind of started it, like down here in this region.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like his right hand man. So
Got you.
whatever he wanted, or whatever he was putting in my face, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you promote the word, spread the word. So officially being in it,
Yeah.
I never went no way saying I was a Definition DJ, but as
Affiliation.
far as
Affiliate, yeah.
affiliation, but I did go to the meetings, I did meet the crews, I did meet certain DJs, I did rub
Okay.
elbows with certain people, and
Okay.
also DJ Big Abe was one of the person that was on the side of Chicken that started it with him. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I felt like, man, these are my partners, so it's whatever. Y'all let me know
Right.
what I need to do, and I'll promote it. You know what I'm saying? But as
I,
far as a DJ coalition, I just never really, I don't know. I just never really felt like I needed to, you know, be in that because I always flew on my own radar. I always flew solo. And I was just so used to just doing things the way I did it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And if
Right.
anybody came to me, I was always a helping hand, like, here, I give you this, you give me this. So I knew a lot of people in the game. I knew a
Got
lot
you.
of DJs in the game. I just didn't really feel like I needed to be a part of a coalition. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Well, I see you've been working with Vertical lately, like hand in hand and
Yeah,
shit.
vertical. Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations on that, man. I know y'all got big things in store and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's my
Another
dude.
one.
Shouts out
That's
to
another
Big
one.
Daddy, man.
That's another one. I
You
forgot to
know what I'm
say about
saying?
vertical. That's Big Daddy. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. By your name being close to Manny Fresh, have you ever got anybody like, I mean, this come up to you and ask you, damn dog, you got get y'all mixed up really, like know who they talking to, but call you Manny?
Oh yeah, yeah. They do that, but I did that on purpose. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Marvelous.
I looked up at Manny Fresh so much in the game, and when it was time for me to pick my name,
Yeah, that's big.
everybody was. I mean, everybody called me Money when I was in school. Everybody called me Money around the house. Everybody
Right.
called me Money. That was. I mean, it wasn't Money, Money. It was MONEY. It was i.e. Mooney. So that I took
Okay.
it and put money. So everybody was calling me Money already, but I was like, man, when I came into the game, I said, man, I'm gonna need a name that's gonna not be identical, but something that's gonna be catchy. And by me looking up at, and marketable, I was like, man, I don't want to be nowhere close to MoneyFresh because me and him is totally different. But I respect him so much because he has did all the things that I would love to do. He made beats and he DJ, and the same thing I do. But I just wanted to have my own niche. But at the same time, I was like, damn, what could I name myself? So I said, man, I was always the kind of kid to always dress sharp. I was, going to, when you in Kennedy, you have to be fresh.
Right.
You can't go to school looking ragged. So I was going to school. I was fresh. You know what I'm saying? I was raised the only child. My mama pretty, we was straight. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no complaints on growing up. I mean, I didn't have a hard childhood life. I mean,
right. You ain't got the same story a lot of other cats got.
Yeah, my mama really, and my daddy, he wasn't in the household, but my daddy was like, he was there in my life. He just didn't stay with me. So he always made sure I had whatever I needed, and my mama made sure I had whatever I needed. So I was kind of like, I was cool in that situation, but I always wanted to go to school and don't feel like they're gonna talk about me. So I made sure, if my mama couldn't get it, I made sure I went out there and kind of had a way to get it. So that's why I became a DJ, because DJing at that time kind of put money in my pocket, because we started doing little small house parties, and the house parties turned to big parties. So that little money was kind of put in my pocket. When you a child, if you don't have no job and you making stuff like money like on the side like that, you going buy you some fresh gear. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at it, I'm like, damn, MoneyFresh. Money, because my name, MoneyFresh, put it together, boom. And I'm just really, and at the same time, I was saluting MoneyFresh. So I was doing three things at that one time: saluting who I look up to, naming myself, and also because I kind of dress fresh. So it was all a combination. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But it wasn't no way near to take away from Manny at all. I was showing, I was showing.
Right. I respect that, though. I respect that. It was a small move, and I respect it to the fullest, because these days, motherfuckers ain't paying homage to the ones before them, dog. What part of the game is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I respect everybody that came. Everybody that came before me, they laid the groundwork. So you got to look back and thank them. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, they don't do that no more like they used to. But I still feel like we should go back, and all the people that was before us. Man, look, pick up a phone. If you know them personally, they pick up a phone like, bro, I respect. I'm giving you flowers. I don't mind doing that, but in this day and age, you don't really see that too much.
Say, dog, I just yesterday, dog, I done a whole episode on my podcast about paying homage to Gregory D. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was one of the first people from New Orleans that really I saw do it, that made me believe I could do it. You know what I'm saying? And I always paid homage to that man.
Because you have to see it in order to want to do it.
To believe that you can do it, exactly. And all the wanted to do it, like you say. Yep. So, bro, as one of the elite DJs from New Orleans, what did it take to get there?
A lot of consistency, a lot of not taking it for granted, a lot of practice, and even to this day, I still practice like I never stopped. I mean, even though I've been DJing for years, I still practice like I never. Like right now, you can probably see I'm sitting on my turntables right here.
Bro.
I mean, I always have a set of turntables in my whatever house I move to. The first thing I do is put my turntables in there. That's the first thing I do whenever I move somewhere.
Passion, dog.
Whenever I move somewhere, whenever I move to a new location, like I moved to Houston. This is I just moved into my house, but before I even get a house, I plan what my turntable is going to be at before I plan anything else.
That's what's up, dog. I respect
like my turntables are always gonna have their own space, and for me to have a way to go into my world Because once I come into my studio, this is my world. My girl even tell you, not like that dude. Don't come in here and bother me. I'm working. So my passion is for all these years, act like they're gonna take it away from me. Always have that hunger. Always never stop practicing on your craft. Because as you get older, you kind of lose your rhythm. You kind of lose a little something. And I felt like, man, I don't want, whenever it's time for somebody to call up on me, I don't want to feel like, man, that nigga money used to have it. He don't have it no more. No, I can still get up here and do the same thing when I was 15 that I could do right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I ain't never want to be caught, be like, man, that nigga slipping. That nigga ain't, he used to be a little faster. No, I'm still fast.
Hey, Money, let me ask you this. What do you say to a young DJ that, I mean, not even a DJ, but a young cat that pick up the little turntable that play CDs that they can just go rock a party with, just play records and play, you know what I'm saying, and really get paid for it? I mean, how you feel about that? They're not perfecting their craft, they're not working on their craft, it's not a passion for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't no hating shit or nothing like that. I'm not asking you to hate on them or nothing like that, but how do you feel knowing how you feel about your craft? And for a little youngsters coming there and, you know, pretty much play records. I ain't gonna say DJ, but play records and bring a bag home. How do you feel about that?
I feel like, I mean, hey, they got to get it, and they're going to get it earlier than what I have gotten it, because they could just practice for about a good week and learn one trick and put Instagram or put TikTok in front of them and put it on live and do that and cut it off, and they can go and they can hit millions of viewers just like that.
Yeah.
But back in the days, we had to wait for the word to get out. You know what I'm saying?
For real, dog.
So I feel like take this technology and run with it, because it's way easier right now to get popular into doing something for 30 seconds than it took me in a whole lifetime to get paid for sometimes, you know. So I'm saying take the tools that we didn't have and put them to use, because this tool called social media is like, I wish I had this shit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you know, back in the days we used to have to pass out flyers if we wanted to throw a party or somewhere, and then it takes about a whole week for the whole neighborhood or the other side, or I mean uptown, you from downtown, it take a whole week for uptown to know about it. Then downtown already knew about it because you were passing out in the neighborhood around there, but it take a little time for that shit to travel, right? Now these DJs can really just get on social media and just say, look, I'm gonna have a party tomorrow, and everybody be in that thing. You know what I'm saying?
I always use the analogy when motherfuckers used to nail a poster on a pole. Man, that poster be up there for 5-10 good minutes. At the most, 30 minutes at the most. You know what I'm saying? When today you post a picture on Instagram, millions of people say you ain't never got to worry about nobody taking it down.
Information is getting out very fast right now. So I'm saying for any young DJs that's trying to really get popular, first of all, brand yourself, stand behind your brand, know what kind of brand you want to have. And once you get your brand out there, you know what I'm saying, never stop working at your brand, because you are your brand. You are your business. You have to believe in your brand. Nobody else don't believe in your brand. You have to believe in it. And just know what kind of brand you want to have. And once you understand your brand and what you want to portray to the world, brand it and start getting your name out there. Promote. No, don't matter if you don't get no likes. Promote. Because nobody ain't gonna know nothing if you keep on. Because you know how Master P did in the back in the days. We were so tired of seeing this damn promotion. We were like, God damn, Master P, we seen this shit, bro. Like,
for real,
this nigga on Rico, this nigga on the side of the building.
Eat that shit like a baby, man.
He was flooding the game so much where you got tired of hearing about it. And these days, these young kids, they just think, okay, if I promote it 1 or 2 times, somebody gonna hear about it. No, you have to keep promoting that thing until you get tired of pressing the button on send. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not going to just give it to you. You have to go out there and you have to earn it. And I'm sorry to say, some of these kids think it's given to you. It's not given to you. You have to go out there and make it happen. And they're a little bit more lazier than we are. We used to get out there with make flyers, go out there and put them in yards, put them on posters. I mean, put them on walls, put them on record shops. We used to do leg work. If you tell this kid to go do leg work, they be like, man, I'm not about to get out there and go ride and go down there.
They'll change their job, man. They
so
I'm a whole nother market, do something else.
I'm saying, bro, only thing you got to do is make a flyer, get somebody to make a flyer, pay him $30, $40, make a flyer. You get it after he finished, and you just keep pressing send. What's hard about that? What's hard about using your thumb? Oh, I don't know, that's too much work.
man. That's cool.
Well, I think for any young kid, bro, I mean, looking to get into it, first of all, take it serious. Don't take it, if you really, really not into it, don't mess with it. If you love to do something, it's going to show. It's going to show in your work, first of all. If you faking it to making, it's going to show in your work. If you're not the kind of person that just want to just get into it because it's a fad, it's going to show in your work. You have to take it genuinely. You really have to really be into it in order to see. Don't do it for the money, do it for the love. Because at the end of the day, if you're doing it for the love, the money gonna come easy.
Tell them all the time, dog. All the time. Do it for the passion, man. Say, money, at the end of the day, what you want your legacy to be, man. You remember that.
Oh, man. That's a good question. Before I leave this earth, man, I just want people to know one thing. Money just wanted to have a good time and make y'all dance.
Bro.
That's it.
Well, you do that, dog. You've been doing that for a minute, bro. A minute. I'm talking about your consistency is crazy, dog. You persistent and you consistent, and you've been that way for a minute.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I still look at that. I still look at the work ethic of all my people that came before me. Some people are still here, and some people are not still here. And one thing about it, I had a conversation with DJ Duck like 2 weeks ago.
Shout out to Duck, man.
And I got on for all those who don't know DJ Duck, go look him up, please. But for those who do know DJ Duck, man, this is one of the guys that really, really, from MoneyFresh to DJ Duck to KLC, them DJs were the guys that I really, 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 I was in the club. I used to be in the club like a fly on the wall when KLC was DJing, whenever MoneyFresh DJ, whenever Duck DJ. Duck was the person that made me take my beat machine and bring it to the club. I never saw that before in my life. Once I saw him do that, I took my machine and I brought it to Rhythm City. Josephine Johnny used to come up in Rhythm City. I don't know if it was Rhythm City at that time or it was Duplex. But Josephine Johnny had a hot ass song where everybody used to do the Josephine Johnny, whatever. So I said, man, I used to always do the Trigger Mans live on the turntables. So I took the Trigger Man sample and I dropped in my beat machine and I said, man, I'm about to do something different. The same thing Duck doing. Now, Duck wasn't doing the Trigger Man like live with the I don't think he was doing that. He was just playing his mixes and beats and stuff like that. I said, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna go to the club and I'm gonna take this whole Trigger Man and break it down and put it on all my pads. And whenever Johnny come up in there, we gonna just run that thing live. And so he'll come up in there. They won't. So, Johnny, Lord have mercy. Jump. And so, once I saw the output of what he was doing, I saw the crowd going crazy. I said, man, I'm gonna start bringing my beat machine. It's gonna be an extra added tool to my set. And so, rest in peace, Josephine Johnny. I mean, he set it off. And then another artist I work with.
Y'all used to have, I think it was Rhythm City at the time.
It was Rhythm City.
That bitch on fire, dog.
And at one point, I think I went to Climax, asked Miss Virgin spot on Claiborne. And that's when me and Kilo had hooked up. And Kilo used to have this song if you're out there in the streets and you're looking for me, I'll be hustling like a dog. So he was doing that stuff live on stage, like he just was in the club, he was the host.
Right.
So I was doing the same thing. I said, man, I'm about to bring my beat machine because I ain't gonna keep wearing my hands. I'll keep spinning these records back. I'm just easy on me, just do the beat machine. So I brought my beat machine. I was doing it in that too. So I was like, man, this gonna be a new thing. And that's how the idea came for that album to get made, because the owner of the club at that time was Glenn. Glenn, he now owns Nice Guys Nola. That's the restaurant. Glenn was our CEO at that time. Glenn used to own Climax. He was renting it, or he was leasing it from his Virgin at that time. I was the DJ. Kilo used to be the host.
Same place that was Escape, right?
Escape, yeah. But at the time, Glenn had changed it to Climax. And when he left to go. He went and bought the warehouse uptown on Elhart. And when he left, Miss Virgin came back and took it, and she opened it back up as Escape.
Yeah.
But we had already left and went to warehouse, right? So, but when we was at the Climax, me and Kilo was just doing live stuff in the club. He used to be doing stuff off the head. So he the one came at me, and Kilo was like, man, all that stuff y'all saying, y'all could put that on a record. So I was like, look, it ain't gonna be the same because we're not gonna be in front of a live crowd. This is like stuff we just be doing in front of a crowd. We're not thinking about what we doing. We're not writing none of this stuff down. So how can we create the same type of vibe in the studio when it's just me and him? It's not gonna be the same energy. He was like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna go get a bunch of girls. We're gonna put them in the studio and y'all just do y'all thing so we can have that live crowd feel. So I said, all right. I ain't never made a record in my life, bro. So at that time, I'm like, you know what? I'm saying it backwards. I did have my turntables, but I had like a small little sampler.
Damn.
You cut off?
Yeah, I'm here. We good.
All right. And Josephine Johnny came after all that, because Glenn was the one that purchased my first beat machine. And then from then on, that's when I met Josephine Johnny, because the Kilo was first. But anyway, to make a long story short.
So that was you on that Kilo track?
I made a Kilo album because he came to me. He was like, money. He said, you think you could work a beat machine?
Damn,
I said, yeah, I can work.
Man, I know you done that whole album, dog.
Man, look, I'm about to mess your head up.
I never knew that, money.
I'm about to mess your head up. I got the beat machine that I did, that he bought me. This shit is but I'm not gonna never get rid of it. It's going down.
Ain't supposed to.
I told him to put this in my damn grave when I die. This the beat machine that I made the Kilo album on.
Wow. Yes, bro.
You can see how old is the buttons missing and everything.
That thing Fresh had one of them things too.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Glenn had came to me because he saw that we was rocking the club so hard, and he's like, bro, I'm gonna buy you a beat machine, and everything that y'all saying, I want you to go to. We're gonna get a studio. So he went and got a studio for us over there on Bayou Road in Broad, and that's when Hot Boy Ronald, Charlie Wap, and all us used to go over there. And he said, money. He said, if you think you can work this beat machine, I'm gonna give you about a month to try to get the understanding of it. So he gave me a month. I got the beat machine. I opened the manuals up. I'm reading all that shit. I'm like, man, put that manual to the side. I just went straight to it just to learn fast, right? So I picked it up. As long as I could know how to put stuff in the beat machine and know how to find it and know how to cut it up and chop it, that's all I needed it for. I learned that shit so fast. So he said, money, you ready? I said, man, I think I'm ready. He said, man, make a beat for Kilo. And when you make the beat for Kilo, he said, make about 4 or 5 beats. I said, all right. So the next thing you know, he came back about 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. He said, bro, you ready? I said, yeah. So we went to the studio. He brought the girls over there. He brought some guys over there. Charlie Wap brought girls over there. Hot Boy Ronald, all us was in there. We did the album out there in the streets, and you're looking for me. I brought my turntable and all that in there. So anyway, The second
it sound like your scratches in that bitch, dog.
Yeah, I did all the live scratches. I did all the live cuts. And then we made this song called "Who That Call the Police?"
Yeah.
Them fools call the police. So I sampled that Cash Money in that chun, 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 chun. I sampled that. I put that in there, and then we did another song called "Get in Line, Ho." That's what I'm saying. If you go back on the album, if you hit a girl that's in there, everybody we did that whole album like in 1 week because we had 9 people in the studio doing the chants. I'm doing the cuts. Kilo writing some of his verse at the time of what's making me putting the beat dropping the beat into the big mixer. So I mean, it was just like a whirlwind, you know.
That's interesting, dog. I never knew you.
That was my first album I ever produced in my life because I never was no producer. I thought
was that the only album you really produced that wasn't yours? Because I know you got like countless of CDs and albums and shit.
After that, I started doing my mixtapes.
Right. Okay.
It was like,
but that was the only album that you ever produced that wasn't yours.
That was my officially first album I ever produced because I didn't think I could do it because I never produced the album in my life. I didn't even know what it take. But once the guy,
that's classic material, though, dog.
I mean, I just took what we did in the club and I applied it to the beat machine.
Man, dog, Kilo still perform that record right now today, dog. So that gotta be under either the classic or the hits. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For real category. Fuck, man, niggas still perform that shit, man.
Glad, because I mean, you know what it was? It was the feeling.
Dog.
It was the feeling of the album. It was the vibe of what me and him had at that time, and we just captured that and put it into an album. So when you get a vibe with somebody and you get a certain chemistry with somebody, you can see it in the album. You know, that's a wrap.
For sure. Man, let the people know where they can find you, Money.
Shit. I'm still doing parties. I mostly do a lot of web receptions, but you can find me all the time. Cause I took me since the pandemic, I was on Instagram at DJ MoneyFresh _. When the pandemic started, I started DJing from my house and I went on Instagram and then I transferred over to Facebook. Now today, I then took the Facebook people and I brought them over to Twitch. So I've been on Twitch since the pandemic, and it's been crazy. So y'all can catch me. I do my shows on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and now I just have a new show that I do on Sundays called Fresh Brunch. And every stream that I do on Twitch is something different. Thursday nights might be R&B. Friday nights is 504 Friday where I play New Orleans music. Saturday mornings I play good vibe music, classic hip hop, old school, Anita Baker's Earth, Wind and Fires, May, stuff like that. It be in the morning time. And then on Sundays I just play whatever come to my head.
That's what's up, dog. That's what's up. So,
on Facebook still, DJ MoneyFresh, follow the money on Facebook.
You ever thought about getting your own app, a radio station, make your own app?
When I used to be on 102.9 live from the duck off back in the days, and I just see how that radio stuff work, and I got uninterested in doing radio.
For sure.
It's a lot of politics in radio.
So, last question, dog. Last question. Anything that you want to do that you haven't done pertaining to music yet? Like you maybe want to start your own record label or anything?
I would like to work with an artist, but the artists I want to work with just have to be unique, and they just have to be somebody I really feel like could just take some direction and have an open ear to listening to criticism, because a lot of artists, they don't like criticism. because they already coming. They feel like they already coming with the total package, and listening to anybody is something that they don't want to do because they feel like they already made it. You ain't make it unless you sold platinum. If that's when you made it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would like to work with an artist, but it just had to be a certain artist that make me want to get up in the morning and be like, I got to do this, and I just haven't found that yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm open to listening to different artists, but I just don't want to hear the same type of artist that, because everybody's. I'm not saying everybody is whack, but everybody really pretty much kind of sound the same. You know, to me. I'm just looking for that artist that sticks out,
man.
that have unique stuff that's going on with them. Because I'm looking at, because when I do my beats, I kind of look at myself as a Timberland. I do weird shit, but I could do something fly with weird shit because I'm a weird person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I follow Timberland all the time. I look at how he do his beats, and I say, man, and his shit be fire. You know what I'm saying? He be having some weird ass shit. Because when he did that Jay-Z, that Dust Off His Shoulders.
Dust Your Shoulders off, fucking right.
Man, that fucking beat was so fucking sick. And I'm like, man, but the way
he play with, boy, shit.
To play with. So I'm like, but it's this. I think the chemistry that he have with certain artists for certain beats make it that much fire. Because everybody just can't hop on one of his beats and make them fire. He have to probably know that this is gonna be this type of beat for this person, that person. So if you notice, when he gave certain beats to Genuine, it fit his personality. When he gave certain beats to Missy Elliott, it fit her personality. And then everybody else who jumped on this shit, they fit their personality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So pretty much like that.
Sure, dog. Man, my last question, dog. Like I promised, dog. I appreciate having you, dog. I learned a lot. I learned a lot that I didn't know, dog. It was interesting. I know my people gonna love it. Like I said, they asked for you a few times. I promised I'd get you on and I delivered, dog. So appreciate your time, bro.
Man, nothing, bro. Anytime you want to drop by, bro, you know where I'm at.
For sure, dog.
Sure. And thanks for everybody. I just want to say thanks for everybody who still support MoneyFresh. I ain't going nowhere, and I ain't gonna be going nowhere for a long time. Just because I'm not in New Orleans no more, that don't mean I'm not New Orleans. I'm just not in the city, but I'm still New Orleans. You heard me? So at the end of the day, I ain't hard to find. And one thing about me, I still rock the same way. I'm just not at home no more. That's it.
That's what's up. Bro. Well, I appreciate your money, dog. Enjoy your night, man.
Man, appreciate y'all and one love, bro. Salute.
Yes, sir. One.